Okay, so we got the original that came in the car, Sun oil pressure gauge moved here. Here's the new Stewart Warner water temp gauge, which is all wired and has light, and Stewart Warner vacuum gauge. That's all hooked up. The only thing I need to do now is get the sending unit into the intake manifold, which I have to drain some antifreeze to do. Everything's wired. I'll get underneath there and show you. It's not as complicated as it looks, but it's kind of like you have to do one wire at a time. Fuse box, you can see terminal, and then I'm going to tie everything up to the dash up there. And now the key to having a small garage is being organized, and I save a lot of things, and this is something I save these wire hangers and tube hangers and stuff, and I have everything organized here in these drawers and marked so I can quickly find things that I need. And I'm constantly sorting things and putting things in the proper drawers, but it saves me a lot of time and a lot of trips to the Menards or the hardware stores or ordering parts, and it's really paid off to do this. I'm also really organized over here too, with nuts and bolts and fasteners, and things are marked. And I used to have, like, you know, huge nuts and bolts and stuff, because at one time I used to rebuild machine tools, so I tended to save large nuts and bolts. And really, this is just stuff that would be car related, and chrome stuff, rib nuts, hardware for cars, interior, good selection of sheet metal, machine screws, fender washers, all the things that you typically dig around and look for, and I pretty much typically have it on hand. This could be probably a little bit better organized, but I do carburetor rebuilds, and this is AN fittings, Holley carburetor parts mostly, Ford parts, and then this is household stuff, nails, screws, fasteners, and house maintenance items here. So generally, if I need something, I can quickly find it, and if I don't find it here, then I don't have it, and I can go get it at Menards, but I usually have everything I need. Then here I have tapes, organized, brass fittings, compression fittings, so that's where I dug out the fittings for the tubing and stuff for the vacuum and the oil pressure, and hose clamps, tapes. I also do use this stuff for my model building. And here I have speed parts, stuff that's odds and ends. And someday some of this will probably turn up at a swap meet. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that you can do pretty well in a small garage. You just need to be highly organized. And I'm also big on unloading stuff on eBay. I don't keep parts around much, and not big stuff. If I change stuff out on my car, I tend to try to get rid of it right away. I don't try to accumulate things, and keep what I need, and highly organize everything so you know where it's at and you can get to it quickly. Something else I'm going to add to this dashboard too is might as well stick some USB ports in there somewhere, so when we're out and about we can keep our cell phones charged, or run devices or Bluetooth things. Pretty simple, and good spot to get it from is actually cigarette lighter is hot all the time, and that's a 15 amp circuit, so that's what I'm going to do is tap into that and fuse it, and have that up under the dash. So now I have a kind of discrete USB jack, one here on the driver's side, one over here on the passenger side. That way, if you're out and about, you can keep your phone plugged in. And if you want to plug in your phone and then say don't want to go into changing the stereo to something Bluetooth, then you can pick up one of these Bluetooth speaker sets and put it in the back and upgrade the speaker system that way instead of loading this wiring system.